he's taking it as an online class, so he's getting the video set up.
Yeah, I gotta record.
Can send it to his teacher.
Yep.
You're not focusing on us now, it's on you, right? You got the camera on you?
I think so, yeah.
I'm gonna turn the light on.
Should be
If
okay.
you want, you can hold it.
No, it should be fine. I think it's on there and recording right now.
I don't think, is anyone, Socrates, are you using the projector?
Yeah.
Okay, then we'll just leave it
How many of you have a smartphone? Pretty much everybody. That's pretty what I expected. Do any of you use your smartphone to play any sort of video games? What kind of game do you play
I play
on your phone?
RPGs, MMOs, first-person shooters. I play everything.
Well, yeah, it's the number of people that play video games in the United States is rapidly rising, mostly due to people having smartphones and them being capable of playing all sorts of different games. And a lot of these games have an online multiplayer component. With this increase in video game players or gamers, the harassment that women face in the gaming world is quickly becoming an issue that needs to be addressed. I would definitely describe myself as a gamer. I'm older, I'm 31, but I started playing video games when I was just 10 years old. When I was 12, I got saved up all my money and bought a Nintendo Entertainment System, gray box that some of you may have heard of. There was a very popular game released for that console called Super Mario, also incredibly popular. It's pervaded culture throughout the current times. The premise of this game was basically what could be described as a damsel in distress scenario, with the female character being Princess Peach, being utterly helpless and reliant on the burly male plumber to rescue her from the villain, who was also male. Although relatively innocent by modern standards and culture and media that we see today, this kind of plot device has been used in other ways since to set the stage for hypersexualized, helpless, and degrading portrayals of women in many video game titles that are released. This kind of endorsement of the marginalization of women by game designers, I think, influences the people that play these games. According to a Pew Research study on online harassment, 73% of online users have witnessed some form of online harassment. In my own experience, I see this quite a bit. I've seen many shockingly ignorant and misogynistic attitudes being directed towards women that I know and I'm friends with, or even ones that I don't, and just see in the general chats and things of that nature. I'm going to share a recent story from a friend of mine who I've known for a few years from the game World of Warcraft. It's a massively multiplayer online game. She recently called me crying because members of her team, or guild as it's known, had kicked her out. This was heart-wrenching to her. I mean, she's invested a lot of her time into this game. This is the kind of game that takes a long time to play. She's been playing it for many years, and she's been playing with these very same people for many years. Their reason was that she was pregnant, and some of the instances in this game take a long time. They are sitting at the computer for many hours, and her frequent bathroom breaks, they claimed, because of her pregnancy, were hampering the team and slowing them down. And also, they said that she was acting bitchy. Pardon my language. This is the kind of attitude that I would like to see changed. The players that make these comments have the anonymity of the internet and the lack of face-to-face pressures to protect them, so they're emboldened to say things that would be shockingly unacceptable in a person-to-person interaction. I think the only way to combat this kind of behavior takes a lot of courage. It requires us, the people that see it, to stand up for someone, even if you don't know them. If you just see abuse being directed towards, directly dealing with women here, but anybody really, stand up for them. Go out of your comfort zone. consumers to vote with our purchases, to not buy these games that objectify women and perpetuate this sort of online harassment. 59% of people in America play some form of video games. You may be surprised to learn that 48% of these people are women. In fact, women aged 18 and older represent a much larger portion of the game buying population than boys aged 18 or younger, which is traditionally considered to be the market for video games. In fact, the numbers are actually 37% for women 18 and older to 17% of men 18 and under. This massive audience is buying and playing games, even though many popular game studios release games that do not represent their gender. That not only do not represent their gender, but degrade them or rely on misogynistic tropes that portray females in a demeaning or dehumanizing manner. There does seem to be a change occurring. This is based on anecdotal evidence, my own. I play a popular modern first-person shooter game called Counter-Strike, which I was discussing earlier with the guys. And I have recently seen in about the last year or so a large increase in women that I have seen playing the game. And so far, I have yet to hear any players that I have seen played with using these harassment techniques of picking on this player strictly because of their gender. So that's inspiring to me. It's not inspiring because they're making some great oratory speech about the empowerment of women and things like that. It's inspiring because they're being treated like any other game. It's all the same, which is, I think, what we should aspire to is equality in all these games. The world of online games is still full of harassment, however, for both men and women. It's a common thing. Every day that I play games, I see someone being called a baddie or a noob or these kind of terms. But the kinds of harassment that men face is entirely different from what women have to deal with. A man will never be harassed in online gaming spaces simply because he's a man. A man will never have to defend his performance in a game because it would reflect poorly on his gender as a whole. A man will not choose to hide his gender because he's worried about how other players would react to his being male. Men that play video games are a privileged class, and I believe it is time to use that privilege for good and try to make games a more fun place for everyone that plays them.